Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Steph and I'm talking about everything related to motorbikes, travel and adventure. You are interested to find out what is the best pannier system for your trip? Right after this. If you want to know what the best pannier system for your motorbike is, well, I think it's the one you already got. But if you're thinking about upgrading, well, this video is definitely for you. When it comes to pannier, there are so many options, but the bottom line is, first you have to figure out what kind of traveling you're actually doing. Are you doing short weekend trips? Are you a commuter? Are you a long distance rider? Or maybe just going out for the odd weekend trips? Then there's the question, do you stay in hotels? You have to take a lot of gear with you. Are you really into ADV stuff, so really hardcore off-road? Or are you a tourer? So many questions, so many solutions. I can't give you the right answer, what is the right thing for you. But what I do is I want to show you the thought process I went through and my stages of upgrade I did over the years. My personal preference is always camping, because I can stay at places where it's nice and quiet, no one else around, and I can really take it in. That's just the way I roll. Other people have different objectives, but that's great. So for me, having the right pannier system is of utmost importance. So when it comes to traveling, my circumstances changing all the time. I used to travel alone. Now once in a while my wife comes with me on a week-long trip and we're staying in hotels. So all this has to be taken into account. And then for me there's one more important thing. When I'm traveling with my wife, safety and security for her is the most paramount thing on the whole trip. As you all know, my bike of choice is a 2007 BMW GS 1200. The demands of my luggage system change all the time. When I'm traveling alone, I most of the time have my hard cases on it. When Susan comes along, I started to switching over to soft luggage because it is just safer for the pillion. So why did I started thinking about soft luggage in the first place? I always was happy with my aluminium cases, and yes, they're bent a little bit and they're maybe not really waterproof anymore, but so far they served me well. I've seen a video on YouTube on a channel called MOTOTravel, and Brad made a demonstration about braking on wet grass on a Touratech venue somewhere in America, and he fell. And in this video it actually showed how his leg went back and the pannier went on top of it. He could have been really hurt if he wouldn't had soft luggage on that day. And that made me think. On the time when I'm out and about with my wife on a pillion seat, because she is so close to the panniers, and the chances are if we have an accident, then she may get hurt by the panniers. And I could not live with the fact that I screwed up because I was skimping on the right safety. Well, check out the video, and thank you very much to MOTOTravel for allowing me to use that video. Thank you very much, guys.
When my foot hits the ground, I'm not trying to save the motorcycle. I'm not bracing, I'm not trying to hold it up. It's touching and it's immediately swept back underneath the bike because I'm not putting weight on my leg. This is where the benefit of soft panniers come in. You can see my foot actually catches right underneath the edge of the pannier, but because it's a soft pannier, I didn't end up with any foot injury and I didn't damage the motorcycle.
I mean, how lucky was that guy? But we don't even consider these things. I mean, if you're riding on the road most of the time, you know, there's other issues to take care of. But for me, it was the most important thing, especially when I ride with Susan on the back, that she is as safe as it can get. And that's the reason why I got myself some soft panniers. Now, I really don't want to scare you about this whole thing with the leg, but you know, motorbike riding is a dangerous hobby. There's no doubt about it. And if you're going off-road, well, the odds are pretty much against you. And then again, if you're a little bit older like me, well, we really break much easier. We don't bounce anymore, we shatter. And it takes a very long time to fit it all together again. Let me show you all the pannier systems I have, and I can tell you the ins and outs for everyone. Let's have a quick look at the panniers I'm using. Well, this one is more or less retired. This is my old BMW GS standard panniers. These little hard cases, they're out of durable plastic with a aluminium layer. And let me tell you, as far as off-the-mill standard default panniers go, they're actually really good. The drawback is they're opening on the side, so if you have them on the bike, it's really difficult to get stuff out, and they are too small, especially when you're riding a BMW or adventure bike, and on the side with the exhaust, there is not really much room left for luggage. Luckily for these panniers, you can actually open them up and expand them another 3 inches, what helps, but it's not the best solution. Then I have my trusted STW Motec hard cases. I bought them a couple of years ago and I really like them. One way or the other, you have to organize the stuff in your panniers anyway. So I choose to use dry bags, and sometimes I have to write down what's on it. I mean, for example, here's my additional rain gear. This one here is my thermarest and my pillow. And my sleeping bag is in another one, and so it goes on. I even carry 1 or 2 big dry bags with me, just in case I have an accident and one of my panniers gets smashed a bit so I can't use it anymore. At least I can put my stuff together and somehow strap it to the motorbike. So let's put that away. Overall, these panniers, like all the other aluminium panniers out there, they last until you drop your bike on it. So let me show you why I think these Lone Rider bags are absolutely brilliant. Well, first of all, they're semi-rigid, so you can see there's a bit of give in them. Obviously, when you drop your motorbike on it, they really give in a bit, so it just dampens the fall off the bike. And if you happen to have your leg underneath, that can only be a good thing. Not that you have the leg underneath, that it gives a bit, you get the idea. But first of all, besides the fact they're 100% waterproof, you also have a waterproof inner bag you can take in and out, and you can actually use it as a rucksack as well. So that's rather brilliant. And then, you know, the opening is absolutely massive, so it's dead easy to get the stuff in and out. All you have to do is you roll them up. In the end, put your padlock in, what comes with the bag, strap it all down, and you're good to go. So for me, excellent solution. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It was just a narrative really about the solution you can have for your motorbike. Don't get hung up about specific brands. Buy what you think you need. It's not about bragging rights. It's not about showing off. I'm always under the understanding the best money spent is the money you spend on the trip and not on the gear. Yes, we need a certain amount of hardware to make our life a bit more enjoyable and some stuff more reliable. But in the end of the day, it's not about the gear you have, it's all about the trip you're going on to and how much you enjoy it. We only have one life, make the most out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon below. Until next time, guys, ride safe. Yours sincerely, Steph. Bye.